step two of the retirement planning process. Hopefully you had an opportunity to review step one, which is quantify the financial goals that you have in retirement. Step two, we're going to be talking about quantifying or determining or defining the financial resources that we have to work with in retirement. And really, step one and step two could be done interchangeably. You could start by defining your financial resources and then quantifying your goals. Either one is acceptable in terms of what you do first, which you do second. Ultimately, you'll get both of them done. Let's take a look more specifically at the financial resources we have to work with that we talked about in this article. We talked about three sources that we want to be able to outline in terms of financial resources. So the first is predictable or guaranteed retirement income that we're going to have access to. So that's going to primarily be Social Security. If you are a part of a pension system, it would include your pension. If you have any kind of an annuity that has an income benefit in terms of guaranteed lifetime income, it's going to include that. Other sources of predictable income could be also rental income or maybe even dividends that you're going to receive. So one of the three is predictable or guaranteed income sources. So how are we going to obtain the information for that? Social Security, the easiest way to do that is to create a My Social Security account online if you don't receive statements every single year in the mail. And that way you'll be able to log in and access what your actual benefits are at age 62, at full retirement age, and also at age 70. That is the best way to do that. And then if you look at your other benefit, other predictable or guaranteed benefits, such as pension, you're going to want to approach your current or former HR or gather any documents that you have related to the pension benefits. So one thing that you'll want to keep in mind, or I guess discover, is with a pension, do I have only the ability to take it as a monthly pension? Or do I also have the ability to take it as a lump sum? You'll at least want to know if you have that ability and what the amounts are. So a pension benefit statement from the HR department is going to be huge in helping you make those determinations of what are the actual financial resources that are available. If it's a pension and you're going to take it as a monthly pension, make sure that they outline the different ways that the pension can be taken. Especially if you are married, you should be able to get monthly amounts for a single life pension, joint life pension, and all of the variations of the joint life. 100% joint survivor, 75% joint survivor, whatever the different options are available to you, you at least want to outline them, have them in document format so that you can know and evaluate which one works best for you. So that is pension. If you do own any annuities, then you'll want to reach out to the company or the agent in order to determine what are my lifetime income benefit amounts going to be at the different ages that I'm considering retiring or that I'm considering turning the benefits on. So you'll want to know what those are. And that covers the first leg of your financial resources, guaranteed income or predictable income. Keep in mind that is Social Security, pension, annuities, rental income, maybe even dividend income. Second source of financial resources that you'll want to gather together or define are your investment assets. So investment assets are going to be your 401ks, your IRA accounts. They could be any investment account that you've designated to be used for retirement. So make sure to get those statements so that you understand what the balances are and how those are invested and where those are. Make sure that you've got all of the accounts. Sometimes you'll forget about accounts that you had, even smaller accounts or old accounts. So chasing all those down is going to be really helpful so that you can quantify what your financial resources are. And then the last resource that I would recommend people define and get on paper is their equity wealth, their real estate wealth, their housing wealth. Because later on in the process, we want to optimize the use of home equity in a way that's responsible and in a way that can improve our overall outcomes without diminishing what our actual ending net worth is or what we can pass on to the next generation. So that might be a mortgage statement where you can figure out how much you owe, taking the time to look at maybe some of the real estate websites like Zillow.com, looking at your address, seeing what the value of it is so you can get a basic estimate of what your equity is, total amount of equity is. So that is the three-legged stool, so to speak, of the investment resources that you want to quantify in step 2 of the retirement planning. Predictable and guaranteed income, investment assets, and housing wealth. Once you've got that in place and you've quantified that, you have completed step number 2 of the retirement planning process.